Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're going to be doing the Final Fantasy XIV quest, The Princess and Her Knight. It's one of the tank role quests from the Shadowbringers expansion. Granson has had his fill of Mordsuk. Hey there, sinner. Broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it as well as you'd expect. After she cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Il Mheg a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the Voeburtite treasure they could carry from an untouched ruin they'd learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though. In fact, they'd stumbled upon a remarkable find. 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the Fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to Yulmorin. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration, after which Dekai's sign attacks Right, presumably because he's after it as well. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mordsuk keeps the choker, the Eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping. And when he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. Which brings us to the here and now. Damn, I know why, but at this point, there's no denying that Dekai's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed the third one, the Claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first, and then use it to lure him out of hiding. To that end, we'll have to venture into the Fairy Kingdom ourselves. Though scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, we're not likely to be treated any better. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have an understanding, perhaps we can traverse our lands without worry. That settles it then. We'll head to Il Mheg and ask after this Voeburtite ring. What a remarkably uneventful trip. Kept jumping at shadows waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack. Though that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually. If we're going to find this ring, after all, the Numo were part of Voeburtite society, and without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps this village of some sort you can guide us to? Well, any, eh? Very well. Lead on, Sinner. Something about your demeanor bespeaks a question unasked. Have I the right of it? A ring that belonged to the royal family of Voeburtite. Voeburt. And it was called the Claws of Orthus? But Voeburt is long gone, as are caretakers of the ring you seek. Who can say where it might have got to? Hmm. There they are. Oh, there, you have a question for me? Claws of Orthus, it is a ring, you say? Never heard before, but I know nothing save that. Served the royal family for the flood? Separate and temperamental they are, but surely they will have the knowledge of this treasure you seek. Had yourself a conversation or three? Learn anything interesting? This soul is the one we ought to speak with, eh? A former servant of the royal family? Which means they've lived well over a century. Bugger me. I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. So we need more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me, you at least learned something from this one. I studied remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That's all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as a court mage, I swear it. Till I do, however, I'd implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn or show signs, without hesitation. These are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Voeburt, do you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what needs to be done? Pains me deeply, Branden, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. Fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. I'll not let it be whispered that the Princess Sauldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Voeburtite's soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You don't put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high? Yes, exactly. You are their princess. You are Branden, yes, the new recruit. A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady. You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Sauldia, I understand. Forgive my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right, there's no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come, come. Now, Lady Sauldia, ever the stubborn child, I wish you the best of luck, Branden. You'll need it and more. Hey, are you alright? The way you're holding your head as if racked by terrible pain. What happened to you just now? Lady Sauldia, I saw her with your mind's eye then. Then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Branden. What do you mean she's like Branden? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? I see. And for this son of yours, you have come to Il Mheg in search of the Claws of Orthus. I'm afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. There's a spot in the river not far from here in which I used to bathe, until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. As for you, I have questions. The beasts are no more then? Good, good. I had the heart to do it myself, for there were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood, victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So, and this curse transforms people into monsters, like how seniors can spawn more of their own kind. I'll speak no more of this, or other matters, until after you have completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, Granson. They accepted my terms, and so must you. So secretive, the both of you. Can't we all just speak plain? Your karma refuses to acknowledge the situation. This may take time, but I am patient indeed. I've dealt with many stubborn child in my life. And so that was the quest, The Princess and Her Knight. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video here on YouTube, or maybe one of our many streams over on Twitch at the same channel name. Till then, though, I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day.